Oh, sorry guys. I forgot I had it on loop. My bad. What's up, Underworld Ministry? We are back with another show.
We're back for another week.
We took you to bridges. We took you to asylums. We went to a prison. And now we're back to what I love the most, haunted houses.
Yeah.
Sorry. But this is our guest this week. I'm dying, guys. I'm dying. I'm about to be in the underworld.
We're going to investigate Chris.
Yes. I'll give you all the money, sir. All the money.
What money?
Well, exactly. So we have Shauna and Danielle, the owners of the Doss House.
Welcome.
What's going on, guys? How are you?
Good. How are you guys doing?
I'm good. So tell us a little about each one of you. I know you guys own the Doss House, but you guys also have a paranormal team, correct?
Yes.
Which Unique Paranormal.
That's cute. I like your
Tell us a little about yourselves and your team.
Well, actually, my wife is going to tell you about that part.
Okay. So, Unique Paranormal 1.5 stems from my mother, Holly. She had the original group. It was called Unique Paranormal 1. And, you know, we did stuff together through the years. And unfortunately, she passed away to cancer in 2023, end of 2023. Oh. And because of that, me and Danielle decided that we were going to carry on her group and investigating. Oh. And we renamed the group Unique Paranormal 1.5. And as Danielle puts it, you know, hoping that we could be half of what my mom was and continuing her journey in this. So therefore, Unique Paranormal 1.5 was born.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Our condolences to your mom.
Sorry. For your loss.
Thanks.
Cancer sucks.
But that's great. You guys are like following tradition of what you guys were doing.
Following her legacy.
Have you guys always been into the paranormal growing up with her, or?
I did it with her on and off for quite a few years because she was into it for years and years. And, you know, I was that kid that was like, yeah, my mom's full of crap, but you know, whatever, we're going to go and hang out and do some cool stuff. And throughout the years, you know, it definitely intrigued me. And there was just a lot of unexplained things that pulled me into the interest of it. Now, this one, on the other hand, she can tell you where she comes from with all of this.
That grin.
Oh, this one here. So it's not that I didn't believe. I believe I was raised Catholic, very Catholic.
Okay.
It's not that I didn't believe. I believe that there are spirits and that there is good and bad. So on with heaven and earth and hell and all of that. But I didn't necessarily believe that there was more than angels walking amongst us growing up, because that's just how I was taught. Yeah. So when I met my wife and her mom, I too thought her mom was a little kookity-doo, but
most of us are in this field.
Yeah.
Well, and
we wouldn't be here if we weren't.
I've come to be one of the kookiest.
Yep.
Which is kind of ironic. But yeah, so with taking care of her mom and kind of realizing things that I did see or did experience that I kind of pushed aside all of these years and wrote it off to my scientific brain, kind of started to realize that maybe there is a lot more than my scientific brain can actually comprehend. For sure.
Yeah, you get that first experience and that's all you need to be hooked.
It's just like tattoos. Yeah.
We got them.
Just,
Yeah.
just like
everywhere.
tattoos. Like,
I'm literally covered to my fingertips.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like,
We all got them.
yeah.
we
They,
all do.
yeah. So you're investigating with your mother. She passes away. One of her goals was to own a haunted location. So you kind of followed that and purchased the Doss house, like in memory of your mom, or
100%. Yeah. She actually, her dreams and aspirations were to own a haunted Airbnb, but we just didn't have that type of a budget. So,
right?
when mom passed away, Danielle, basically, it was her mission. Like, she was looking day and night and making phone calls, and we were driving around endlessly, just looking for places until we stumbled upon the Doss house.
Well, see, it's weird. Like every time we've talked to anybody that owns a haunted house, so like we had no idea that we were even going to be looking for it. We actually have somebody that's been looking for a haunted location. You're our first one.
Yeah.
Because everybody else is
everybody else just kind of stumbled upon it. And
Yeah.
they thought it would be fun, or they
Well,
didn't
it was
know
not
that
only like finding a spooky old place, but actually making sure it was haunted was the hardest part of it all.
Right.
a lot of places are like, oh no, it's not haunted. Nobody died here.
Yeah. So how
like we want the people to
did
be
you
haunting a house.
how'd that conversation go with like the realtor and everything? Or
well, we actually
very tiptoe-ish.
Yeah, we didn't actually even have a realtor involved. I found out who the current owner was, and everything that kind of was going on with the property at that time, because it had been sitting vacant for almost 2 years at that point. So we got a hold of the owner at the time and kind of was like, hey, would you like to sell this house? And they were like, kind of looked at us like,
you want that?
I'd love to sell this house, but nobody wants it.
Right.
And so we kind of said, hey, do you mind? Can we see the house? We seen the house. We got we had the feels, and we asked if we could come back the following night with a bunch of equipment and some friends.
Well, I think how I approached that conversation was, I was like, don't think I'm crazy, but this is our idea. And she's like, oh, that's awesome. I don't think you guys are crazy at all.
Yeah.
And,
Yep. That's awesome.
How do we do that?
Yeah, right.
She let us in that weekend, and we took a couple of teammates and we investigated it, and it literally started off with a bang. That's all I'll tell you. And it's been banging it ever since, to be honest with you.
That next day, filled out the paperwork and bought the house, or
you got it.
Yeah, basically that after that night we investigated, we contacted the owner and said, hey, can we get a realtor out here to get us a fair market value price of the property, its condition, and so on and so forth, and we will pay you what the fair market value is.
And that's what we did.
And that's what we did.
And we busted butt for a good solid 2 months cleaning it up and resupporting the structure. Oh yeah, it was quick.
We did it in like 6 weeks.
Yeah, it was quick. Because we had a deadline of Halloween, launching it on Halloween. Of course, my mom, as most of the paranormal community, Halloween is your favorite holiday. So that was our goal, and we busted our butts. And because the entire place was completely hoarded out, we had to put in some support. We had to make it safe, fix the roof, make sure the electrical and the plumbing, windows, make sure that there was working heat in there and all kinds of things. And we made sure all of that was up and ready and safe before we even let the first group of people in there.
With it sitting there for a couple of years, did it get vandalized or anything?
It did not. No. It's in a very small town. Very small town. So everybody kind of knows everything about everything.
When you see this place, you're just like, yep, we're just going to keep on walking. Like,
Yeah, most
No,
people
no.
don't walk on the same side; they cross the street.
Oh,
We'd be walking
I'd
up,
be
knocking on
standing
the
there.
door.
Yeah, I'd be standing there with my phone. Holy shit, babe! Look at this. Oh man,
Yes,
look
we
at this
are.
house.
yeah,
Yeah,
Stop for
look,
haunted
look at
houses.
this one. I
yeah.
want to get a bumper sticker that says "I break for haunted houses."
There you go.
Yes.
Yes, I do. I don't. I do that. I
Pull
just
over,
moved
get
in
out,
here.
and bust out the camera.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. You never know what you're gonna find in windows.
Like we've
Exactly.
stopped in the middle of traffic and turned around to go look at this old abandoned house that we.
We did.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like in the middle
Like
of
full.
in
I
the
was
middle
like,
of a small
I was
town.
like, what the hell is that? Oh, yeah.
Like,
No,
it
I
was all
tried to.
broken down.
This one stopped dead in the middle of the road. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah,
oh my
me
gosh!
too.
Like,
Yeah.
we just stopping in
Yeah.
the middle of the road. She's like, yep.
Yep. Which
Yep.
We've done it.
I don't know exactly how to.
Loretto.
Loretto. So Loretto, Pennsylvania. I love
Mhm.
Pennsylvania. I lived there. I went to Centralia. I went to Eastern State. I went to Pennhurst 3 times.
yeah.
I never made it to Gettysburg.
Oh,
man, you
man.
gotta go.
I will. I promise you, I will.
Yes.
We want to do a trip up there, but I lived on the Philly side. You guys live more Pittsburgh side.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is it? I don't know the difference because I was only in Lancaster. That was it. Is it older on the Pittsburgh side or the Philly side? Do you know? Or is it
More Civil War on the
On our
Philly
side.
side. No.
No, on our side. Well, it's kind of central.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Civil War
true.
is central
Yeah.
because Gettysburg is like down here where we're up here. Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's
so
more.
we're still about 2 hours 15 minutes from Gettysburg, more central
Okay.
Gettysburg.
Yeah,
So
Okay.
yeah, it's kind of like we're dead smack in the middle, so you get kind of like the best of both worlds there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I know
'cause
you got more of like Ohio. We have more of Jersey type
Correct.
of. Yeah.
correct. Which
So-
Ohio in itself has a ton of places to go. So
Right.
kind of lucky there.
Well, I know there's what is the name? I can't think of it. There's like a nuclear, not a nuclear plant, but like Sloss Furnace. Isn't there one in Pittsburgh? Like an
There-
old furnace?
There's an
Eliza. Furman.
Eliza Furnace is actually 10
10.
minutes from our house.
Oh wow. That's the only thing I know that's over there. Pittsburgh side.
Yeah, we do still have several structures left standing on the Pittsburgh side from our furnaces.
Wow. I want to
Yeah.
go there so bad. But this
It's a good
is
trip.
yeah, this is the beautiful Doss house.
Oh yeah, I definitely drive past that. What the fuck is wrong with you?
There she is.
Why are
Dude,
you
that's
stopping in
so-
front of this house? We might die here.
But look at that.
Right?
Dude, look at that freaking
It's
house.
like the kind of house you go to get robbed at.
Yeah. So like the left side of that, where the lights are on, that was the original part of the structure. That was the 1810 part of the structure.
Okay.
And then the early 1900s, that little middle part there, that's the kitchen that was added on in the early 1900s, and then mid 1900s to the far right, that's the barber shop that was added to it as
ya.
well.
Had 3 different parts added.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, have you guys done research on the house? Do you know any former owners or anything?
Yeah, we want to know the history.
We
We like
have.
the history.
We do.
What's a little? Can you tell us a little about the history of the house?
Well, it kind of was blank for a while. 1810, it was the first, I wouldn't say building, but structure that was actually built in the town. The town was founded by Prince Gallitzin in 1799.
Wow.
So he came over, started a settlement. That was the first building that was registered in 1810. 1810.
Mhm.
So, and as it went on, we couldn't find any deeds until 1863.
43.
43?
1843.
Wow.
And all of the deeds, which kind of was weird, they were all deeded in females' names.
Mhm.
So every
Wow.
owner was a female, and it kind of went back and forth to the same female a couple times.
Mhm.
And then it was deeded to Dr. What was it?
Leo T. Little.
Yeah. In what year was that?
Oh, I don't know. Brittany, one of our teammates, she's like our team historian, and she finds all of this information out for us. Basically, how the timeline went on, because we're horrible with dates and stuff.
Yeah, that's fine.
For 200 years.
Yeah. So basically,
Yeah.
and to my best knowledge, the timeline kind of established with Prince Gallitzin from 1810. Then there was the town's undertaker that was there. Then there was an actual doctor, a dentist, and then the barber. And it was weird, like she had mentioned, like the deeds were in women's names, and Brittany might be able to confirm or deny. It was like 4 out of the 5, 4 or 5, something like that, of the women's names were all Mary. So again, it was very weird. And
which
then
is kind of weird for that time, because like women didn't have that kind of rights to own stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's still a mystery. We're not really
Right.
sure
Which kind of answers though why Mary comes through a lot at the house. It's one of the names and one of the spirits that people seem to kind of talk to quite often.
Mm-hmm.
But that would make sense, because I mean, like 4 or 5 of the owners were named Mary.
Yeah.
That's my mom's name.
Wow.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
If she watches, I don't think she ever watches. I don't know.
Yeah. So then the last family that lived in there, that was the family of the barber. And his nickname was Doss. And that's why we named the location the Doss House.
Gotcha. That's cool.
So it's named after the barber.
Do you hear any sounds in that room of like buzz clippers, or do you?
Absolutely do. Enough that the one time that it did happen, and it literally sounded like electric clippers, like meh. And she was upstairs, and I yelled at her, and I said, "What are you doing?" And she said, "What do you mean?" I said, "What are you messing with?" And she said, "I'm not doing nothing. I think she was like making a bed or something." And I was like, "Well, what is that noise?" And she's like, "I don't hear anything."
Because I'm way on the other side of the house.
Right.
I could hear it, and I'm like, "Oh my God." So I go running through the house over to the barber shop, because we found a pair of antique electric clippers.
That's cool.
We were cleaning it out.
Yeah.
So they're still there.
Yeah. And that's another thing that's cool, is like 80% of what is in the house is original to the house.
Nice.
We went through everything that was left in there and kept as much as we could to, keep that authenticity of the house true to itself. And we found a lot of the barber stuff there, actually.
Yeah, we have a couple pictures that you sent us.
Yeah. Oh, Clarabelle.
Is that to the basement, or?
That's to the upstairs.
That's to the upstairs.
Upstairs, okay.
That's even creepier.
Mhm.
What is that?
That's
actually a German Bible.
Oh, that's cool.
That is pretty cool.
Super cool. And there's the barber shop.
Barber
chair, barber mirror, and then all of his tools that we found are on that little table right there.
Wow. So you hear the buzz? Do you hear it click on, like ding, and then it buzzes, or is it just the buzzing sound?
I've only ever heard the buzzing sound.
Okay.
Gotcha.
That's crazy. I would be like,
hold up.
Everybody stop.
I'm telling you, the stuff that has happened, it's the only place that's ever actually made me scared.
Sent her running out
of all of the places we've investigated.
Oh, wow.
And people always say that, like, where's your most memorable place to investigate? And, I feel facetious because it's like, I've been to so many amazing places, but I've never been in one location that is consistent with activity.
Right.
You could get something, you're at least always going to get something, or you're going to get stuff off the chart. Like everything that could possibly happen is going to happen in there. And it just, as time goes by and more people get to go in, it just keeps blowing our minds.
That's how it was at the Stringer house when we went in. Like, soon as I put my foot on the porch till when we left, there was activity.
Oh yeah, before we even started investigating properly, I sat down with my dowsing rods and I was like, I want to talk to Jessie May.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
come talk to me. I want to talk to you. I got some candy for you. Just tell me where the family's at.
Yeah.
I felt like I was investigating her.
So many of our teams have said the same thing.
Yeah.
They're like, we literally walked into the house, didn't even get to set our equipment down, and like REM pods are going off that are in our cases and not even turned on yet, and like
or they're hearing voices, or
or
noises,
clippers.
or footsteps, or something like
footsteps
that.
are big.
Wow. It's big on footsteps there.
Footsteps.
Mm-hmm.
Does it go up that? Does it go up the stairs a lot? I feel like it would be going up and down the stairs.
We get a lot of activity on those steps. Now, if you're looking at these steps, just as you reach the peak up there to the left, there's a little cubby hole that goes in. It's like the attic space above the dining room and the kitchen. That's a crazy space up in there. We get a lot of activity with children on these steps playing. A lot of disembodied voices people hear at the top. There's been a group that's been growled at several times from when they're standing at the bottom of the steps. A lot of activity in that area alone right there.
Do you know, out of all the owners that have lived there, is there any deaths that were in the house from those families, or that you know of?
Yeah.
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 For sure.
I was just curious. What's the most craziest thing that you've gotten so far in the house that you're like, oh my god?
Well, I know what mine is.
Yep, go ahead and tell them.
Because it's like I said, it's the only location I've ever ran from.
Yep, go ahead, tell them.
So we were just opened. I don't even know if we had our first.
We were there shooting to get some B-roll to, make some advertisements and get some footage to, do some advertising.
Right.
So we were like there at night because we needed to get footage at night when it's dark and creepy.
Yeah.
And so Shauna was out there with her camcorder, and she's like across the street and like on the other sidewalk. And the whole thing was, I'm going to get a good footage of the house, and I need you to be in the house with all of the lights off and slowly open the door for me so I can like video it with the door opening, and then I'm going to come in, we're going to get good video of the inside. And I'm like, okay, no problem. So I get in there and I get all situated behind the front door, and I'm like, okay, are you ready? You're ready to go, right? And she's like, yeah, I'm ready. So she's across the street and she's recording, and I'm like, okay. So I closed the door and I turned the lights off, and I didn't even get to hunk down, and something literally rushed me and started growling. I flung the door open and ran across the street, and I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm done. Forget it. And she's like, what is happening? I said, did you hear it? And she's like, what? Hear what? The thump? And I'm like, no, it wasn't a thump. It was a growl.
When she had made it about halfway across the street, I heard a big bang from inside of the house. So I thought, okay, something made a noise in there. It's banging around like what happened the first time we were in there. And she's like, no, something growled at me.
Literally right here.
No, I'd be out too. We went to a jail that's down here in Florida that our friend owns, and something like I felt like I was rushed at by somebody from across the hall. I felt like I was being choked. That's the only place I've ever actually run down the stairs so fast that I flew over people.
Yeah.
What,
Well, and the thing is, I don't get frightened easy at
Yeah.
all.
She does.
So and I'm very determined. I'm a very determined person.
right.
So I had to like calm down, and she's like, we don't have to do it tonight. We can wait until maybe somebody else can be in the house with you. And I'm like, no, we're doing this. We came here for it. This is what we're doing.
Yeah.
So back over I go. And I'm like, but you got to be ready. I said, because like we can only get a little bit of time.
Mind
here.
you, though, I'm on the other side of the street. There's cars. So I'm like, hold on
Yeah.
a minute. The cars are coming. So she's like, hurry up. I'm like, I can't, like, what do you want me to do?
Yet again,
I would have used that B-roll with you running out of the house
Yeah.
so fast.
right?
I should have sent it to sent it to him.
Yeah.
Right, you should have, because then like I'm like, okay, are you ready? And she's like, yes, I'm ready. And she's already recording. She's like, I'll cut that part out.
I'm like,
So
I'll just record right from the jump.
I get back in there and I'm like, oh, I close the door and I turn those lights off, and I didn't even get to have my hand off of the door before it come rushing at me again and growled. I flung that door open and I said, fuck this. I went running across the street, shaking. And she's like, oh my God, are you okay? I said, no, I'm done. I can't do it tonight.
I would have been like, yo, you need to back up. I'm filming. I am busy. You need to go growl to somebody else on the other side of the house. Go.
Man, it caught me off guard because like I had been in that house numerous times by myself, dropping things off, changing, doing electrical work. Like, and I've never felt really uncomfortable.
She had somebody touch her on the back of the arm.
While I was doing outlets.
Didn't hardly phase her.
Yeah, I was like, on the floor changing outlets, electrical outlet, and my sister and my nephew were supposed to come over to help me out. So I literally was down on all fours on the ground doing an outlet, and I get a hand on my shoulder. So I thought they had showed up.
Yeah.
So I looked from the ground up behind me to, I thought, see my sister or my nephew, and there was nobody there. And I was like, huh. But I just kept going. It didn't bother me.
Yeah.
Or when we had the plumber at the house to fix the plumbing, she could have swore somebody walked down the ramp from the barber shop into the kitchen, and there was nobody. She's like, I swear, was so-and-so in here? And I was like, no, I'm the only one. I just came in the door. She's like, I literally just saw somebody walk down the ramp.
Described exactly what
he looked
this
like.
person had on.
And nobody was in there.
Shirt, pants, everything.
Wow.
Followed in suit to see. And I was like, where the hell did he go? And that's when I went outside and I said, where did the plumber the HVAC guy go? She's like, what do you mean? I said, didn't he just walk out here? And she said, no, he's been in the basement.
Oh.
So
yeah.
Wow. That's why this is why I love Pennsylvania so much.
It's much older than Florida.
It's so old and so much history that you have no idea the stuff that even on the land, like even before the house was there. Yeah. Especially an old house from 18. Oh, it's a dream, man. You guys are living my dream right now. So do you guys live in the house?
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
You think
I would be living in the house
there alone. I won't even go in there alone.
Oh wow. What's your story? What happened to you?
So there's an energy in the basement for one that I'm just scaredy. Like I'm jumpy, I'm scaredy when I hear something or see something, like it legitimately scares me. So the house feeds off of that. We know that energy anywhere feeds off people who are scared.
Absolutely.
And they've gotten much better, but there are certain things that have happened in there that I'm just like, nope, I'm not. Like we saw a little girl in the basement on this video. Like she's like tucked behind the furnace and this wall, and nobody noticed it during the live video. until we're reviewing it later, and you see clear as day this little girl standing there. You can see her ear and her hair and her eye sockets, and I was just like, so it just makes me feel very uneasy. And when I hear, like, when things whisper in my ear, and I was like, you know, I'm just the jump starter. I'm the scaredy.
Yeah.
So, and when, because
she's like, hi.
yeah, so when I'm in there by myself, scared already, it's gonna mess with me even more.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm so jumping.
Absolutely. Yeah, it doesn't. Whatever is in that jail does not like me.
No, and it lets me know.
I mean, I'm 6'1", 300 pounds, some dude, you know. I'm a big guy walking into the jail in the men's function of the jail. Yeah, and they
don't like it.
They go to her before they go to me because I'll be like, yo, back up.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Oh.
Like
I'm like Danielle. I'm like, all right, let's go.
They've told me
like I
to leave me alone as long as I'm not with him.
Yeah, I generally am just like you, Chris. Honestly, for the most part, like and because like something will happen to her, and she gets all like, "Oh my god, did you?" And I'm like, "It's all right. Well, just calm down. Just like
don't call me out."
Yeah, right. It's fine. It's fine.
I got you.
Yeah, sure you do.
I know. We have. For people that have watched this show before, I don't think we've ever had so many videos. I'm so excited.
We have more videos than pictures this time.
I can't even remember what I sent you, to be honest.
Neither can I.
We're about to find out. And anybody that's never watched this before, this is all blind reactions. We have not watched any of these videos at all. So we'll play a video and we'll have a conversation about it. Here's the first one.
There you go. Go ahead. You can reach his hand. Give him a handshake. Good job. Thank you.
Wow.
That happened for about a good half, and that was just a quick snippet I sent you, but we were consistent with intelligent response that night, about 30 minutes in there.
Was that in the barbershop?
Yes.
Yes.
You can tell by the chair.
Wow. Mm-hmm. All right. Here's another one.
I think that was just a view of the house.
Yeah.
That's it's nice. Okay. I can watch that over and over. That's such a cool house. We went all over PA, man. We used to just drive to look at these old houses. And yeah, there's houses like that all over the place. Over. Yeah.
Oh, we know. We see them, and then I try to find the deed holder.
I don't blame you.
I'm already on the search for a couple more.
Nice.
Oh, let us know.
Oh, we got a comment. My next tattoo.
Oh yeah, that's Brittany, our historian on our team.
Oh, nice.
Hi, Brittany. Hi, Brittany. Oh.
She's gonna get the DOS.
Hey, one more.
She said that's her next tattoo is the DOS house.
Oh, nice.
What was that?
Not today.
Did you hear it?
You hear like something mumbling in the beginning. Play it again.
I'm gonna turn my speaker up.
Give it a sec.
What was that?
Not today.
See, that was me saying what, because I was recording and I heard it.
Right before, what was that?
Yeah.
Okay, let me listen one more time. It's at the beginning,
it's at the
correct?
very beginning, right before she said, "What was that?"
Okay.
What was that?
Not today.
It sounded
kind of like a cat. Definitely heard it that time.
It sounded like a cat going. Meow.
Is all the audio like that? Like you just hear voices?
Not all of it. A lot of it. Oh, you'll just hear randomly. Yeah, it's usually a little bit more audible than that, but we were actually communicating with two small children that night, so that it was like a little squeaky little girl. Voice. I couldn't make out what it said, but it was definitely something.
Was that the
Wow.
night that something on the steps
Touched the back of her hair.
Amy's
Yeah.
hair?
Yeah, it was that same night.
Yeah, because she was sitting in the same spot.
Oh. Just hi, I'm getting the outline of the house.
That'll be cool.
Nice. I know watching like Ghost Adventures, there's a couple people that have done like Sloth's Furnace, and the whole girl had a whole reformatory tattooed on her back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'll get to jail.
You would.
All
I get sure.
right, here's one more video. And that thing came out of nowhere.
And it was like so graceful. Like
Yeah.
Brittany.
The Dawson White Heart House.
That it is.
I forgot to put my phone in silent. Sorry, guys.
No worries.
So,
How dare you?
do you guys see orbs like that with your naked eye, or do you
No,
guys
not
have,
really.
No.
do you guys have cameras set up in the house that you guys can
Yeah.
watch? And do you
Yeah,
get anything off of those cameras when nobody's there?
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time. Yeah.
Like the time that we got the shadow figure in the kitchen at
Yes.
the bottom of the ramp.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I seen that on the camera footage when I was in Lancaster working at the hospital. I checked in on the cameras, and because she was supposed to go out there that day.
Yeah.
And I think you were.
I was just leaving with my son because, like I said, I never go there alone.
Yeah.
I
Right.
was just leaving.
And she literally had just walked outside, and I had pulled the cameras up, actually the dining room camera, which you can see through the walkway into the kitchen, just in like at the ramp where it goes up into the barber shop.
Yeah.
From that camera. And I was watching it, and all of a sudden I seen this shadow figure like standing at the bottom of the ramp, and then it just disappeared towards the back wall. And I was like, what the? So I'm watching, and one of my friends that I was working with, and she's like, what are you doing? What are you watching? I said, come here and watch this. So live camera feed, and we're watching, and all of a sudden it comes back over and stands at the bottom of the ramp. She was like, whoa, what the hell was that? I said, I don't know. So then I messaged Shauna and I said, are you still in the house? And she said, no, why? I just left. And I said, because there's something in the kitchen. And if it's not you, and if your shadow, then there's something in the kitchen. And she's like, for real? She's like, did you hit record? I was like, no, I forgot. I was watching it.
Yeah. Because I'm not going back in there now. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we did. We went back in,
She
and
took
I
her
was
son
like,
in.
yeah, I was like, I don't see anything. She's like, well, that's not the most messed up part. She's like, the camera says that it's December 31st, 1969. And I was like, what? And
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. So I pulled up all the other cameras. All the other cameras were fine except the barbershop. The barbershop read December 1st of 1970.
January 1st.
Or January 1st, 1970. So it was like
Wow.
New Year's Eve was in the kitchen, and New Year's Day was in the
barber
barber shop. The rooms are adjacent to each other. We tried everything. Now, mind you, everything's hooked to the internet. It should automatically be
Right.
why 1969 to 1970. Like, we tried resetting it. I tried calling the security company. They offered us new cameras, and I was like, no, it's fine. Like, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So we even held an event at the house to see if maybe there was something that happened relevant to the house or the town on those dates. It stayed like that for probably 6 to 8 weeks. We had the event there New Year's Eve. Nothing came to light. And then Brittany was there taking pictures with her camera. And we got home that evening and she was like, bro, you're never going to believe this, but my camera now is time stamping the photos of New Year's Eve of 1969. I'm like, no way. So then I pulled up the cameras at the house and they were fixed.
They were fixed.
Wow.
It was
Weird.
so crazy.
So crazy.
And the only reason I caught it is because I spying the cameras while I was at work.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when she pulled it up and I was like, look, and I took a screenshot of it and sent it to her. And I said, look at the date. And she was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
She's like, well, how? I said,
And that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
especially
like,
with
Yuffie said,
with
like,
a camera. That's not.
yeah. Yuffie
Right.
was like, switch it to a different time zone and then try to switch it back. You know, completely hard reset it. Nothing we did worked to get it to. And why then? Not like 1969.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Yeah, Nikon. Yeah, no, you have to set the date. You have to set the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
But manually, you have to, especially with the old DSLR.
Yeah.
That's the same Nikon that I have.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Same
luckily her
camera.
camera wasn't stuck because she could go in and manually change it back. But
Right.
it's just weird that it just transferred over.
Take that date.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's I've never heard anything like that ever in my
Me-
life.
Neither
us
had we.
either.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I've dealt with a lot of cameras in my life.
Mhm.
That's especially
Yeah.
like security cameras, and that's I don't know what to say to that one. You guys got me stumped on that one.
Yeah.
I'm trying. I'm
Us
thinking
too.
in my head of how that could happen, and it's just,
We changed the SD card, everything. We
Everything.
got brand new SD cards, changed it in every one of our cameras. We rebooted it. We called Xfinity to see if there was something, like, I don't know. We called Yuffie. Like, nothing we did.
And it wasn't the internet service or the box because all of the other cameras
Were
synced up
perfectly
correctly,
yeah.
Wow.
except those two.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Super
you can't
cool.
manually.
She
Yeah,
went down the
no,
rabbit
like-
hole trying to figure it out.
That's how I'd be too. It'd be like, dude, it's literally my camera's broken or something. Like,
Mhm.
there's got to be something going on right now.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Let's play one more video, then we'll get into the other two pictures that I have.
Madison just heard a voice up here. He cut the glass! The light came on! The fucking light's on! No! The fucking light's on! Did you hear that fucking... We couldn't hear you.
I discovered that for them by pulling all the footage to make sure, one, that they didn't turn the light on by accident, by freaking out. One, to see if we could catch the noise that they were hearing at the top of the steps. You know, just trying to debunk everything to make sure that what they got was legitimate. And that's when I realized, hey guys, like the REM pod was going nuts. No, she did not. Yeah, she did not hit the light switch. And there is some type of noise coming from the bedroom at the top of the steps. So legitimate on that one.
That would have been me and Sarah, with Sarah running and me standing there. Like, the freaking light's on! Where are you going?
Where are you going?
I would have been
I
you,
would-
Sarah. I would have been.
I would
I'm
have
like,
done
I'm
the
out.
same thing, Chris.
I'm
I
out.
would have been like, babe.
Yeah. No, I'm getting my money's worth. Let me tell you, I'm going up them stairs.
Because I'm out.
Cool.
I'm
I got the
you.
camera. I'm good. If I die, I die. Whatever, you know. Let's go.
You just become a part of our house.
That's right.
Exactly. It's okay. I'll end up back in Pennsylvania where I want to be. So you sent me this. What do you? Is there a certain thing about this?
So at the top of the town, so it's, like I said, it's a super small town. In one end of the town, we have the minor basilica, which was built by Prince Gallitzin in 1799. And this is at the other end of the town. This is Schwab Estates. It actually was built by Charles Schwab. It was
Oh,
his
wow.
limestone castle.
Cool.
So that
That's
was
the
where
sunken, what do they call it? The
the
sunken gardens of Mount Assisi.
is
And-
what
Wow.
it's called now.
And
So
it's open to the public during the day. You can go up there and walk around. Like, it is a surreal place.
no, you can't visit the mansion anymore because it was actually donated to the priests and monks of
Yeah. So you'll see
St.
them.
Francis.
You'll see them roaming the grounds, and it literally is like walking into the secret garden. I kid you not. It is
It is
incredible.
amazing.
It's
That's
incredible.
That
The
is awesome.
peace and the serene feeling is like no other.
Statues and monuments everywhere. This is just literally just one glimpse of the ponds going up to the mansion. It's massive. The whole place is massive.
Wow.
That's cool.
This kind of reminds me. I haven't been there yet, but I know what it looks like. Kind of reminds me of the Ringling Museum.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't. We have the
John Ringling.
John Ringling, the Ringling brothers.
Ringling
Oh,
Brothers,
yeah.
We have the museum and his old mansion and everything.
in the Ringling Theater.
Mhm.
Probably what, 10 minutes from us.
It's like
Oh
20.
wow.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and a
Um,
lot of people that know history know who Charles Schwab is. He was the Man of Steel.
Yeah.
He basically, had all of Pittsburgh steel mills and
Yeah.
did all of the trades and was a millionaire
Funded the
Yeah.
back
building
in
of
the
the church.
1800s.
Mhm.
So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, but that's what Pittsburgh is, a steel city, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Steel City. Yep.
I know things.
Yes, you do.
I don't believe any of the brotherly love in Philadelphia. I ain't getting no love in Philadelphia.
No, it ain't.
There's a whole lot of angry people when I was
Well,
in
you ain't
Philly.
getting much sunshine here.
Yeah.
That's true.
No.
So you guys let teams in. This is the chart or your details and pricing of the house. That's really not that bad of price, honestly.
Yeah, and that is for 12 hours for 1 to 8 guests. And we also have recently added you can rent it from Friday night at 6 p.m. until noon on Sunday for a flat rate of $500.
Wow.
Yep. So that's mostly for people who are traveling really far or need,
Right.
save them on the extra expenses of a hotel.
Right.
In the winter, we do have heat, so you don't have to worry about that. We do have running water and bathroom facilities. So yeah, and it's been going really well.
That's good.
Sarah just asked me if I wanted to go there and spend the weekend, but she's done nothing but say how much she's going to run the whole time.
It's not a far run out the door. No worries.
No, it's not a very big house.
Nope.
And there's lots of doors to get out.
Yes. You'll be fine.
As long as you come
I
back
gotta stay
in.
in the car.
As long as you come back in. So you sent me this. Is this an event that you guys are doing at the house?
Go ahead with that one.
Yeah. So this summer on June 21st is going to be our first Creep It Real Festival. We have a ton of celebrity guests, food vendors, speakers, crafts, of all sorts of crafts. We're doing history tours for the town. We actually have some really big names. We have Santiago Cirillo from The Walking Dead. He'll be there.
Oh, wow.
We have Patty Negre, psychic medium.
Oh yeah,
She'll be there.
Mhm.
We have who else?
We definitely know Patty.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Patty will be there.
She'll be there.
Not sure if you're familiar with the Blue Bodie. She'll be there.
Yes.
Larissa Rex with the Haunted Mafia. Some more of our local friends. We have Ernie Atwell and Stacy Lee and a guest that we haven't announced yet, but we'll fill you in here tonight. Heather Matarazzo. She starred as Lily in The Princess Diaries. She starred in Hostel, Scream.
Yeah.
Just did several episodes for Wednesday. They're going to be filming Princess Diaries 4 here soon. She's going to be coming.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
it's going to be an awesome. It was supposed to be like a little festival this big in honor of Mom, and it has blown up. It
Yeah.
has blown up.
Crowd.
That's awesome.
Oh man, she's so proud. It's not even
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys make this into a yearly thing, Underworld might be on it one day, guys.
We're hoping.
That's
we're
our goal.
hoping.
That's our goal.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
I would love to go up there and be part of that. Something. Oh man, I want to. We've done that once at the jail,
Yeah.
and we had a blast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys would have a
That was,
great
our
weekend.
that was our first time up there together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Aw.
see, you'd have a great weekend.
Well, what's cool about the date of our events, you have the Creep It Real Festival June 21st, and then June 28th, you have the Crescent Sanatorium. They're having their Paracon, which is 10 minutes from the Doss House.
Oh wow.
Amazing location as
Oh
well.
my gosh.
They're basically, fundraising and trying to have events to bring the paranormal community there so that the owners will let them continue to allow it to be paranormal. And it is
Right.
an amazing facility as well. So that's what's cool about. And then we have, a couple local places. So if people come for the whole week, if they can, make a vacation out of paranormal stuff, right?
Like
You have the
legit.
Creep It Real this weekend, and then you have the Old Stone Jail in Evansburg, which is 15 minutes away. You can investigate that. Another amazing location. And then you have the Liberty Theater in Nanny Glow, 15 minutes in the other direction. So you have 4 big spots to
Within
invest
30 minutes,
Yeah.
all of each other.
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
It's,
wow.
it's
loop of it.
fantastic.
Yeah.
That's
It's pretty.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's why I like PA and up north. Florida doesn't have stuff like that. Like we
Yeah.
had that convention at the jail, but they have a little like fall fest at the Stringer House. I know that much.
Mhm.
Up our way, we have tons of stuff. The Masonic
Yeah.
Temple, they have the
Yeah.
Paracon,
Yeah, in
the festival
Johnstown.
there.
Yeah. Penhurst is only an hour and a half.
From
Yeah,
us.
Penhurst isn't far from us at all.
They have their Paracon. Like
Yep.
there's a lot. Pennsylvania does have a lot.
Yeah.
A
They're
lot.
really big into the paranormal and cryptid. I mean, we
Yeah.
are, part of the Allegheny Mountains and Chestnut Ridge, where some things
Spooky Appalachian
super
Mountains.
crazy went
Yeah.
there. But yeah, so we got lots.
Yeah, I've been to Penhurst 3 times actually. Been to Eastern State. We went to
Cool place. Yeah.
That's where I took
where was it? I can't remember the town, but we went to this one tunnel, me and my buddy, and we investigated the tunnel. The lady got pregnant out of wedlock back in the 1800s and went and hung herself into the bridge, like into the tunnel. And
Why is she awake?
sorry, our kitten is
We have a
messing
baby.
with the camera.
We have a baby.
A lady got pregnant out of wedlock, hung herself, and then a biker gang killed a lady and like dismembered her and put her in suitcases and
Oh wow.
did whatever they did with that. We went there and we had a cop come behind us because we're sitting in the middle of nowhere. We're just standing there in front of the tunnel, and the cop's like, "What are you doing?" And we're like, "We're investigating the tunnel." And he told us for sure that biker gang did all of that.
Wow.
We were there for about an hour and we didn't get anything. And we put all of our stuff away and we're standing in front of the tunnel, which is like 14, 15 feet high and like 20, the big tunnels up there. And hear a baby scream bloody murder, cry out of the tunnel. And then we ran back in halfway through, something hit the ground and flashlights, and there was nothing in the tunnel at all.
What?
So
That's wild.
I gotta find that tunnel.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
it's I'll find it. If you ever go into the Weird Pennsylvania, there's a book called Weird Pennsylvania. It tells you like ghost stories and cryptids and stuff. It's in that book. If I can find it, I'll send it to you.
I
Yeah.
could probably find it on Atlas Obscurus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a couple more videos.
I
Okay.
just
Oh, You did
hold on.
something.
Mhm.
Make sure I'm not losing the one. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was the angle from our camera, and then I sent you the video of how it happened on his live when he was in the basement.
Might be this one.
And then the REM pod started going off.
That's crazy. All right, let me look at them back to back now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make it big screen.
Hi, baby.
Go back.
Like a phone would just, you would think,
Fall
fall over.
Yeah.
Not turn.
Yeah.
And it was sitting there for a good couple minutes, just standing there.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Like, it looks like somebody, like,
I was watching.
flicked the phone or something, or, like,
Yeah.
was like,
Just
meh.
like kicked it.
Yeah, or I kicked it.
Yeah. And then literally right after the REM pod's going off in the chair.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I want to get in here so bad. All right, here's another one. This one?
Yeah.
Erica, is that your name?
They literally had just set their stuff up. Literally.
That's cool.
Like, it's instantly, as soon as you turn something on, it goes off. Like they're sitting there waiting for you to turn it on.
Hey, we're here.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. I don't want to stop these videos.
Keep going. Keep on going.
What was that?
That literally sounded like a freaking wrecking ball coming to, like, tear the house down.
Yeah. And here's the thing. It had to have been close to the microphone on that camera because none of the other cameras picked up the noise.
I want to play that one more time. Hold on.
Sounded like something got knocked over.
Sounds like a whole, like, China hutch filled with plates.
It kind of sounded like a wreck, like a car wreck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like metal. Like I hear metal and just like bang,
but like
weird.
Maybe like a car driving through the house.
That's what it sounded like to me.
Yeah, it's something.
None of the other cameras picked that up. None of them.
Which is, I mean, kind of ironic because there was that really bad car wreck.
Mm-hmm.
What, back in the early
mid-60s, I think somebody said.
Yeah, mid-60s. Because right outside the front door of the house, there used to be this massive tree right on like the curb of the road. Somebody was coming down the alley, which was directly across from the house, and just gunned it and plowed into that tree. And I mean, they called it the blood tree after that.
The blood stump.
Or the blood stump. Because it severed the tree fell, didn't hurt the house, kind of protected the house from the car going through it. And then they had to remove the rest of the tree, and then there was a stump left, and all the kids knew it as the blood stump.
Yeah, so it came like the town legend of the blood stump.
Yeah.
The most interesting thing in the house, in the whole town.
Maybe it could have been the phantom sound of that.
Yeah,
maybe. You never, I mean, it's possible.
Because
is that camera like right outside where the stump would be, or
no, nowhere near it.
That's weird.
Yeah,
that camera's
house.
Nothing ever hurts the house, Bernie said.
You guys got me stumped tonight.
Yeah.
I don't.
Stumped.
Usually I have something to say about something. I don't even know
what to say about that.
I don't know. I want to watch another one now.
Let's get a few more.
All right, so you said that there were children.
Feels like something's like messing with my beard.
Well, you're in a barber chair.
Yeah, that's a good point. You trying to give Scott a shave? Does he need to clean up his goatee?
Dude, it feels like something's like messing with my face.
Are you putting the shaving cream on?
Shave.
That's insane. That's so crazy.
What?
Their whole S's method in that barber shop was insane.
Best ever.
Best. I had sent you another one that's even better. Yeah.
All right, let's watch it.
Can you tell me what is on the wall over there above the mirror? Can you tell me what that is?
Mercy.
I mean, that may be what it represents, absolutely. But can you tell me what it physically is?
I don't know.
Right there on the wall, right above the mirror. Can you tell me what that is?
Jesus.
He's probably going to feel me walking around.
I hope to God someone's up moving, walking around in the room, because I feel like the whole room's shaking.
Right?
Wow. That's now I want to go see if he'll come and play with my beard.
Yeah. They were the first. West Virginia paranormal investigators were the first group in the house.
Nice.
And they had some of the most intelligent responses ever that I have ever seen in my life.
It was crazy, actually.
That's dang. That's the only thing I can say is dang.
Yeah. Eleanor.
Usually our kitten sleeps through the whole show.
She fell asleep
I'm
early.
surprised you don't hear my Frenchie next to me sawing logs, snoring up away over here. I'd keep rubbing her, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, she's not even a year old, so she's just a baby.
Yeah, she's playing.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we got one more video, then the question of the week.
I don't want it to end.
She doesn't want it to end.
But she needs to go to bed.
I know. I need to go to bed. I gotta go to work tomorrow too.
Yeah.
Here's the next video.
Did you know that some ghosts intentionally try to spook you?
Don't do this to me!
When investigating this 1800s home in Pennsylvania, we couldn't help but to notice that the spirits were trolling us.
Found them. Pray. That was quick. That's like hide and seek. Found like it. What? I felt a freaking footstep right here, dude. Are you here? We got him! Oh, wow! Freaking heck, dude. Ice cold.
What would you do if you were a ghost? Did you know?
Right.
It feels it.
I'd be doing the same exact thing if I was a ghost. Just messing with them the whole time.
Yep.
Wow.
That's just a few of many.
Oh yeah, there's so many.
Maybe we need to do a part 2 of the DOS house.
Nothing but videos.
Yeah. All right.
We could always, you know what? We should do a live walkthrough with you guys.
Ooh.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Done it before, and we've gotten some pretty good stuff. Like the camera's just not working when they go to a certain area, or our whole computer system shut down, and the other person's been like their REM pods and K2 going crazy, and as soon as we come back up, it's silent. And like in the background, you can just hear the gel cells slamming shut and opening up.
You remember when we did it with Wildwood Sanatorium? The portal was working in the basement and then went upstairs to the seance and it stopped working.
Yeah.
Like he had just got it brand new and it stopped working as soon as he got upstairs, but it was working downstairs.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Which, I mean, if that's something you guys are interested in, for sure, that'd be
absolutely hit us up. For sure.
Definitely. Awesome.
We'd love to do that. That'd be good.
Awesome, yeah. And you guys got to get up here.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to.
He just got a car.
Yeah. We'll talk about that off of screen, but yeah.
We have one last video, and it is everyone's favorite time of the week.
What is the question of the week?
I
I just found that. I just found it. Ooh. All right. Do you want to click it?
I do. This is the only time I interact with the
This is the question of the week, guys.
Both.
Well, in your guys' case, after this conversation, you kind of see both and hear both. So which one would you rather see?
Yeah.
Which one would you rather have? You see a spirit or hear a spirit?
I mean, I guess it's
if anybody in the
touched by a
comments,
spirit.
anybody in the comments, write in the comments your answer too. Which would you rather see him or hear him?
I'd rather see
no.
them.
How about no to both of them?
No to both. I want.
I don't prefer either one.
I'd much rather just stand there and see you and have you talk back to me.
Yeah.
Let's have a conversation.
I can hear a spirit any day. I want to see them.
I'm gonna say I have yet to really see. I hear a lot of things, but I have yet to see. So I'm gonna go with C.
Whatever, as long as they don't touch me.
I would probably go with C.
I'd rather see them, but it's usually both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Melissa said C.
Yeah. See, because I don't like loud sounds that much. I feel that. Plus, I can record it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But wouldn't it be even creepier if you could see them trying to talk to you, but you can't hear what they're saying?
Yeah, that would be nuts. That would
Like
be
you could actually see them talking to you?
I think I'd freak out if I saw a face just come through my wall one day.
That would
easy.
You could see them talking to you, but you go back on your EVP and you can hear what they say.
That would be cool.
That would be awesome.
That would be cool.
Awesome. I don't know. I want both.
Yeah.
Ditto.
Yeah.
But with you, I know we talked about the little event you guys have going on, Keeping It Real. Do you guys have anything else going on that you guys want to promote before we go?
No, that's pretty much it. Just, the house is open for overnight bookings. Come out, check the place out for yourself. Anybody's welcome. We do some public things every once in a while, so keep an eye on our Facebook page and TikTok and socials like that. And then definitely June 21st, Creep It Real in Loretto, Pennsylvania.
And it's free.
And it is free to the public. So bring the whole family. There's going to be things for everybody of all ages. We're going to have a kids corner with activities for kids. Obviously, lots of stuff for the adults, guest speakers, celebrity meet and greets, you name it. Lots of yummy food and drinks, and it's going to be a good time.
We have
That's
people
awesome.
there.
That's all on your Facebook page, correct?
Yeah, it's on our Facebook, our TikTok. There's an actual Facebook Creep It Real event page where everything's posted on there. We do have a website, the DOS House. I think it's the DOS House of Loretto-PA. There's a lot of information on there as well. It's kind of under construction. We're currently building it. But yeah, the best way to get a hold of us is through Facebook or TikTok for sure.
Awesome.
Got ya. Well, I want to greatly appreciate you guys coming on. This was awesome talking about this cool house.
Yeah, we want to do it again.
Definitely. We definitely need to set up a walkthrough and a little investigation.
Yeah,
got it.
Side of it.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on and welcome to the Underworld family.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
It was a pleasure.
Go ahead and say it because I don't want to mess it up.
And remember, always stay creepy. See you guys. Have a good
great
night.
Yeah, you too.